Welcome, Torches of Humans, to Geek Salad's Retro Movie Reviews. From the Geek Salad Podcast, I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
And we're taking another break from doing another retro movie so we can talk about something current. As this will be our last movie review for a few weeks while I go away on vacation. So we are talking about another big summer release, Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Oh, I keep forgetting that they added that onto there.
Oh yeah, honestly it's easy enough because I mean you have Fantastic Four, you've got Fantastic Four again, but the 2005 version. You've got Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, Fan Four Stick, and now you've got First Steps. So
yeah, we're gonna have to edit the YouTube title.
Oops,
because I just put Fantastic Four.
That's okay. I'll go in when I add the tile.
Yeah, cool.
I'll fix that. So anyway, so we are talking all about probably one of the more anticipated arrivals in the MCU proper.
Yeah, I mean they were the very first family that Stan Lee ever created, actually. So
this was the first superhero team that Stan Lee created. They are really one of the forebears of the of Marvel Comics. Between them and Spider-Man and then the Hulk, those were like the big ones. And it's kind of funny that it has been nigh impossible to make a good movie until now. I mean, I understand
and this one is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it and then come back.
You might want to wait to go see it, unless you want to be spoiled. Some people, that's their kink. So, we think about like the 1994 version, which was just essentially made as just a way to keep it was a placeholder. Yeah, it was there to keep the rights. It was never intended to be released. I know the joke is kind of it's better than the other Fantastic Four movies. I will say this: The Thing looks better than the other two versions prior to First Steps.
Michael Chiklis wasn't bad. It was clearly just a rubber suit.
It was clearly I don't know. It was like one of those things that the only facial expression he really had was frown.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I liked about this version of it. They were able to mix practical and digital effects for the Thing. This is the best looking Thing we've got any right to get.
Very comic accurate. He looked like he was taken right off the page.
Yeah. What I liked about it too, and I was talking to my kids about it after we watched it, that Ben Grimm is just like he's so understated in this movie. He's not, the big gruff guy who's going to go to Yancey Street, get bothered by those goons.
I mean, honestly, I would say out of all four of them, he was the one that was kind of didn't really get his time to shine almost. I mean, he had moments, but not like everyone else had a big just whoa, that's a big moment. He was more of a solid supporting character, and he also had a much more like I would say low key relationship with Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
In the comics and in the other movies, he's very they butt heads all the time.
Right.
Here, they were more like just like two little almost siblings in a sense.
Well, because Ben is more adopted family than he is family.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice to see him kind of being the voice of reason, being the glue that holds the family together. I thought that Ebon Moss-Bachrach was awesome in this.
Yeah.
Very, it was nice. He lit up the screen whenever he was on. I love that bit when he's teasing about throwing the car at those kids. And that's just like a thing that he's got to endear. It's like, pick up the car.
I like his relationship with that the teacher, right?
Yes, with Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah. I kind of wish we had more of it.
Yeah, I feel like some of the side stories weren't going to take a backseat to what is a very dense
Yeah,
series of events that need to happen.
yeah,
I wouldn't say this film has a story as much as it has a series of events that need to happen to set the table for the next stage.
yeah,
Which
yeah. I'll
in
agree.
this case is not a bad thing. I feel like, I enjoy. First of all, this is the second superhero movie released this summer that did not require an origin story.
No,
Yeah,
no. The
just
origin story was a montage.
yeah, quick little yeah. And you didn't even get to see it happen because all they're using are like flight recorders
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. You don't see the actual like moment when the cosmic rays hit them and they transform.
Right, right. Which I was fine with. I like the
Yeah,
fact that they are an established group at this point. They've had 4 years to establish themselves.
I also love the fact that like when they show like the montage of the like previous battles, they were basically just taking the comics from the original like Jack
Right.
Kirby, Stan Lee comic covers, and that's what they, including number one, the
Yeah.
fight against that giant mole man monster.
Well, what's funny too is that that's also the Little Caesars ad, but obviously with better special effects.
Yeah.
I also like too that we actually got the Mole Man.
Yes.
Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser, who plays Frank Drebin Jr.'s partner in the new Naked Gun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's also Harvey Elder, the Mole Man. And I enjoyed that too because the Mole Man is kind of, in terms of being a movie villain, a very limited character.
Yeah.
That you can go with. That's why, like the Underminer in Incredibles 2, he got the prologue.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, the Mole Man is very much a ridiculous villain.
Yeah.
But like them using him like sparingly, but like his honestly his connection with Sue was surprisingly touching.
And that's the thing I really appreciated about this movie overall was the fact that Sue Storm is the leader of this team.
Yes.
She is the face of the team. She is the
heart.
She's the heart of the team. When things are down, she is the one that rallies the community around them. What I enjoyed about it is that they've earned the trust of everybody, and so Reed didn't feel the need to lie when he said that he couldn't stop Galactus.
Yeah,
and gave them the exact reason why he's not going to lie about something like that.
I mean, I personally I think he should have kept that little nugget of information under his hat. But you know what? Whatever. It worked for the movie.
Well, yeah, and if you think about Reed Richards in general, Reed is not like socially equipped to handle a lot.
No. He is a big brain boy.
Right. But what I enjoyed about Big Brain Boy in this was that it was primarily his obsession.
Yeah.
With making sure that he found the answer to things. And it's all over the place. It's that sonogram where they keep where they keep checking on Franklin to make sure that, he's normal. It's all the different things that he does. And the funny part is that the stretching, it barely plays into it except for in the finale, but it's there. And it's there a lot, but you don't notice it. It's not, it's not Johan Griffith doing doing his dance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that you
would be whipping it out right now.
Yeah, I mean, outside of like the finale, the only real time that he makes use of it is when he's like writing on the chalkboard and he ends up writing all the way to the end without moving.
Almost like almost like all of his chalkboards are engineered for him to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I liked what my family liked about Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm was that he wasn't a complete douchebag.
No, he was genuinely. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that, I mean, when we look at like the Chris Evans Johnny Storm, you know, absolutely there Chase Tail. And the connection, like the connection that Johnny makes with Shalabal, it starts as it doesn't start as a physical thing, even though he mentions, gorgeous naked space lady.
It's not naked. It's actually a polymer.
Yeah. But the fact that he is invested in finding out more about it and becomes part of the, part of the solution.
Yeah. He actually spends all that time going through the records to try and translate what is being said and figure out her language so he can actually connect with her on a verbal level.
Right.
And emotional.
And it worked out really well.
That whole scene where she's surfing through and then just like all the voices are just screaming at her and she just has that breakdown. That is a really powerful scene.
That is a really powerful scene. You know what is an amazing scene involving the Silver Surfer? When she gets spun into the black hole.
Yes.
When they trick her. That entire sequence it's incredible.
Yeah.
In terms of what they were, how they figure out how they could do this. I also appreciated too seeing, as we watched Ta 2, like actually blowing through a planet.
Yeah. Who played him? Ralph Ineson.
Ralph Ineson, yeah.
I mean, all the movies before him that tried to do Galactus, like, we can't have just a giant person. No, we have to have a space cloud or something really weird. And no, just have a giant person.
Yeah, essentially, it's a kaiju battle.
Yeah.
We've had 2 kaiju battles this summer too.
Although, I do got to say the ending gambit, Galactus can clearly sense where Franklin is and where he isn't.
Yeah,
you don't swap him right when he's coming towards him. You wait until he's actually in the field.
It was worth a try.
Yeah.
I didn't know everything about Galactus, but overall, the character design of Galactus was supremely comics accurate. Down to the helmet, down to those big things on his head.
Yeah, and I love the fact that they keep it that he is the villain. He's the antagonist, but he's not a bad guy. He wants Franklin because he wants to be able to finally rest. He wants to be able to die.
Right.
He's just so sick and tired of this constant hunger.
Yeah. And it is an interesting, Galactus has always been an interesting character because Galactus is not a villain.
No.
Galactus just is. Galactus is what he needs, what he has to be. And he worked out really well with that. Julia Garner as Shalabal was fantastic in this. This is the entire cast.
Yeah,
is just incredible. They are incredible in this. Everybody works to their strengths. Vanessa Kirby, I do think that Vanessa Kirby's the MVP of this entire movie.
Oh, hands down. I mean, if she doesn't work, this movie doesn't work. And she worked.
Yeah, she did. She was amazing in it. I will say I loved Herbie.
Yes. I like the fact that they could take him, could pop out and put in a new program.
His face is a cassette.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like the character design of the characters themselves. I enjoyed that they didn't all have the same costume.
Yeah.
I like that they all had variations of the blue and white.
Yeah.
Um,
And I like the fact that they weren't afraid to go ridiculous. They weren't afraid to like embrace the Kirby ridiculousness of the Fantastic Four.
yeah,
In fact,
and
they
I was
leaned
telling my
into it.
kids when we were leaving that it was like, damn, this is the movie that Stanley should have been alive to film a cameo for. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
we got a stand-in because we also got Jack Kirby in it too.
yeah, I love the fact that they had Kirby's quote at the very end. That
Yeah, and the 828 is the universe that they picked, which is his birthday.
oh, I didn't know that. I was wondering
Yeah,
why it was
it was at the
828.
very end. Yeah, yeah. They faded out into the 828, whatever the year he was born in. They faded that to show the universe 828. Overall, the art direction, the aesthetic of the entire movie
Yeah.
was lovely.
Did the I forget what the Excelsior again, another
Yes,
fantastic name
another
for that
Stan
shuttle.
Leeism. Yep.
But that was, I mean, I believe it's been ages since I've read Fantastic Four #1, but I believe that is how the original shuttle looked, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It just essentially was just a big. It was essentially there to go from Mars to Earth to go kidnap Santa Claus.
It was like a giant Buck Rogers rocket.
Yep. We've landed. I'll have to take your word for that. Yeah, I really there's just so much about this movie that I just absolutely enjoyed. I love what I really loved about it, especially because in the MCU we've really only been dealing with this current our own timeline.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
getting an alternate timeline, getting this 60s aesthetic, getting heroes that are there to unify the world. And it's amazing because, it's like, Sue is addressing the world, and here are the parts you're going to need to make your part of the test. And everyone's going to have to turn their lights out.
Yeah.
We're on a blackout.
And they do it.
I'm just sitting there like with 2020 just fresh in my head. Like, yeah, that had happened.
Yeah, how many? There'd be a big old swath of the southern United States like, they don't tell me what to do.
I gotta get my hair did.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it gave them that little bit there gave them the opportunity to play around with Ben a little bit. The fact that he can't use like that. Yeah, he can't use that electric sander to
so
shave
give him a big old
that
beard.
belt sander. So he grows a beard, and it looks fine.
Yeah.
I know we had been, as we were looking at, like all the trailers and all the teasers, it's like, why did he grow a beard? Oh, that makes sense now.
I actually
something new.
I hadn't seen the beard because I only watched like the one trailer for this one.
Okay.
That's what I've been trying to do lately is just watch the one trailer.
Yeah, I'm not that strong. But I will say that what I've been enjoying about like this in the Superman trailer is that it didn't lead me to figure out what the story is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the trailers are disjointed enough that you could pick up those bits and pieces, but you couldn't put the story together. And I love how the story is assembled. I like that it takes place over an extended period of time too.
Yeah.
It's not over the course of a week. We are actually sitting there throughout her pregnancy.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wish they had kind of like dealt with the time a little bit better because like exactly how fast did Galactus' ship travel? Because it was like in one part of the galaxy, now it's by Jupiter, but then going from Jupiter to Earth takes like several months. So it's like, what exactly? Where did it come out of hyperspace or not?
Right, or even if it has a hyperspace, that's if it doesn't have a hyperdrive, it starts flying. And again, we're talking about a starship based in a comic book.
Yeah,
it goes as fast as the plot needs it to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the only like gripe I had about inaccuracy to the comic is the the onesie that they make for Franklin.
Oh yeah, 5.
Yeah, for the Ted Gilbert show, it was 5. That should have been 4.5.
Yeah,
because that was like a Franklin thing. By the way, I love the fact that they got Mark Gatiss for this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It is it's definitely the best version of the Fantastic Four we've gotten on screen so far.
And the closest thing we've gotten to a live action Incredibles.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Incredibles DNA in this
really
movie. Which they'd always said, stop complaining that there was never been a good Fantastic Four movie. It was just called The Incredibles.
Yep.
And that's kind of this. I mean, this movie is about the family unit, and it's about making the world a better place. And I really enjoyed that. You know what else I really enjoyed? The Michael Giacchino score.
Yes.
It felt like Disney World. It felt like Epcot. It truly did.
It really did. Yeah. It was that like kind of like 60s modern. I mean, this is a very like 50s, 60s retro adventure, and that is really what he excels at.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, too, is that it was reminding me a lot. I was thinking, like, it sounds like Spaceship Earth, or, you know what it really sounds like? It sounds like the end of Giacchino's Space Mountain.
Oh.
Because it goes into, it borrows heavily from the original Dick Dale Space Mountain, with the surf guitars and everything. But and also it is a very distinctive Michael Giacchino score. But at the end, kind of as you're pulling in, it slows down and it sounds very space agey. And that's what the Fantastic Four music sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, you are absolutely right on that one.
Yeah, it is. I hesitate to use the word fantastic a lot. I did say when I told you guys I would go see it, I was like Fantastic 4 stars.
I was like, like, I get it, but I still want to smack him for that one.
Sorry. Hey, I'm allowed. I don't delve all that often into the world of the Pundum. So when I do, they're going to be good. Honestly, and I know that we see online discourse about the comparing this to Superman. I mean, I rated Superman higher because Superman had more of an emotional punch.
Yeah.
Than this one did, but it's bringing a character, or in this case, characters, back to form, back to where we wanted them to be.
Yeah,
in their proper state.
Yeah, I agree. I still prefer Superman over this one.
Same. But yeah,
I mean, in general, Superman has always been more like I've liked Superman more than Fantastic Four. Still like Fantastic Four, but I prefer Superman. But this was for resetting the Fantastic Four into a MCU and a good movie. This is a really fantastic way to go.
Right, with a team of people who care about the characters.
Yes,
and that's again, when you go back to Fan Four Stick. I mean, Fan Four Stick is barely a Fantastic Four movie. I mean, it's over an hour before they even get their powers. And I did love here's where the spoilers really come into play. I did love the tease for Doom at the very end.
Yes, yeah. Complete with the mask coming off.
Yeah.
Although that is one, I like the whole like the animated intro at the very, very end.
Yeah.
But I also would have loved to have seen it somehow tie in with the post-credit sequence of Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
we know where they're going.
Right. I was able to reconcile that we weren't going to get that, especially because I really enjoyed the post-credit sequence.
Yeah.
The cartoon was just awesome. Just
it's clobbering time.
This is something very similar to like the very like the tail end, the post credit sequence for Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Where they just they clone the animation, but they make it more to the characters. Yeah, it's clobbering time, which is only in the only in the cartoon. After that was over and the lights were coming up in the theater, these idiots in front of us were like, "Oh, I'm so glad I waited for that. That was a waste of time." I mean, this isn't Spider-Man: Homecoming where Cap actually tells you wasted your time waiting for the end credit sequence.
Yeah. It seems like now most of them have two after credit sequences. One in the mid credit, one at the end.
Yeah,
the mid credit one is usually ties into like the upcoming movies. The end one is just kind of they're fun.
Exactly. The mid credit is will tell more of the story, which is interesting because the way that Thunderbolts did it, spoilers for Thunderbolts, is that they kind of did the opposite with that one.
Yeah.
With Red Guardian, seeing his face on the Wheaties box and getting really excited. And then we go to the tease of the rocket. So it's interesting. I am looking forward to seeing these characters again.
In Doomsday.
Yeah. I just, the other thing that's killing me right now is just like the doom and gloom for the box office. I kind of feel like, I mean, it's made over. Yeah, Fantastic Four at the Age. Yep. Oh, good.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Never gonna get them on the East Coast. Dare you, Universal?
That's what's like really kind of irritating me about the box office Doomsday is like, it didn't make nearly as much as Superman. Well, yeah, but it still made a whole shit ton of money.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. It's made over 200 million domestically, and it's movie going is not the same as it was 6 or 7 years ago. It really isn't. People have caught on. It's going to show up on Disney Plus in about 4 months. I know they said that Superman is going to be in the theaters, and I know we talked about Superman last week, but Superman will be in the theaters till at least September before they begin exploring their streaming options. We know it's going to show up on Max before Christmas.
I mean, hell, Jurassic World Rebirth is available for purchase on Amazon right now,
which crazy to me.
Which I might do because I don't really want to. I mean, I want to see Naked Gun. Yeah. And by the time I see Naked Gun, Jurassic World is probably going to be out of theaters, so I might just watch it.
Right. I can talk to you offline about Naked Gun because I went to go see it the other night.
Oh, nice.
I've been to more movies this summer than I've been in a while, and it's been kind of
same
nice.
Here. Same here. I've been to 2, and that's more than I've been to in a long time.
Nice. But yeah, I loved it. I really loved Fantastic Four. My kids loved it too, especially, James comes with me to all the superhero movies. He loves them. Scarlett is kind of off the Marvel wagon, but she really wanted to see Fantastic Four, and she loved it. So it's kind of nice that we can still have those moments, especially for something like this.
What time is it, Ben? No, I'm not going to say it. You got to say it, Ben.
Yep. No, that's not me. That's just on the cartoon.
Come on, Ben. You got to say it. It's clobbering time. Boom.
Yeah. So overall, I enjoyed it. Mike, you enjoyed it as well. Yeah.
I did.
Really all that matters.
Yes.
It's really all that matters. I think that, in terms of the 3 movies released, the MCU movies released this year, this is definitely my favorite out of them. I love Thunderbolts, by the way. Do not get me wrong. I really love Thunderbolts. And I enjoyed Brave New World.
Yes, I would say for me,
it doesn't scratch Civil War in terms of Captain America movies. But
for me, it probably goes Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Brave New World.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think I still prefer Thunderbolts just a little bit
Thunderbolts. But yeah, they're really. I mean, they're close. There's just this thing to like about both. Yeah. So yeah. So we want to know, what are your thoughts on Fantastic Four First Steps? Let us know. Leave a polite comment below. Give us a big thumbs up there. Hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. For the love of God, you're on here. You're watching it. Subscribe. It helps us out.
Why not, right?
Come on, what do you got to lose? We're not asking for money here. We don't.
It's subscribing time.
Just do it. You can also follow us on the socials. We are at Geek Salad Podcast on Facebook and Geek Salad Radio on Blue Sky. Speaking of which, Mike and I do host a little podcast called Geek Salad. You can check that out wherever you get your podcasts. We just released a new episode this past week where we debate our hotly debated best year for movie summers ever.
We had
the results.
A very wide variety.
Yeah, there's a very wide variety. Yeah. So you can check that out. Check out like our past playlists here because we keep all of our, we archive all of our movie reviews within our playlist, so you can check them out there. Go back, see, check out Andy with long hair and no beard and all that fun stuff. So Mikey's looks exactly the same the entire time. So anyway,
hey, when you gotta look this good, you stick with it.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
Go forth and be nerdful. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.